for Go Explore, bought some bundles. Today I'm going to make some bath jellies. Pretty much all the recipes out there are for like Lush imitation jellies for the shower, and those have soap in them. What I'm going to make today is completely different from that. These are bath jellies that are made with tea and no soap. You could add soap in it, I guess. Like you could do, I would actually use bubble bath instead with it, and so that way actually you can put it in your bath and form some bubbles. But that's not what we're making today. What I'm making today is tea. Today I'm going to use green tea and rose water, so that way you can get lots of antioxidants from the green tea, and the rose water is very soothing for your skin and very moisturizing, and plus it smells really good with the green tea. This is a recipe that I wanted to make because I like to put tea in my bath, but I don't always want to have to worry about having the tea having to make the tea beforehand or having the teas in a baggie to put on my faucet. This way I have it already in my refrigerator, and it lasts a few weeks, I find, if you don't make sure you don't get any other kinds of debris in it, and have a nice seal on it, so that way nothing can get inside the tea so it doesn't mold. But this way you could put some in your freezer too, and you could just make tea and put it in ice cubes and keep it in a thing. But this recipe has gelatin in it, which is soothing for your skin, and it has all the nice proteins for it. Mostly I like to use it because it's really soothing for the skin, I find. I don't know if it does much of anything other than that, but I do really like the softness that it gives my skin. So this recipe is really easy. You can use any kind of tea you like, whether it's like a bedtime tea, or you want to do like some sort of a really nutrient dense tea, like a women's blend tea or something that has a lot of minerals in it. But I'm just going to go simple, easy with antioxidants and rose water today. So let's get to it. Here are all the things you're going to need: a whisk, a container for it. You can use molds too, some hot water of course, and tea. I already have mine made, and I'm using some rose water and your gelatin and stuff, of course. It's really simple. I mean, all you need is the tea and the gelatin, and then and you can if you're good with your measurements, you don't even really have to do this part. I'm adding a little more gelatin than I need. You only need like 1 tablespoon gels 1 pint of liquid. So I did like 2 tablespoons, so that's gonna be just fine. I'm going to bloom this a little bit. Let it sit for a minute. Okay, now that that's all nice and dissolved, and then I'm going to add in my tea. And I'm going to do a couple of tablespoons of rose water. Now at this point you could add some honey to this also if you'd like, because it's nice and moisturizing, or you could add some glycerin if that's your thing. But I'm just going to keep it simple. Ooh, a rosemary one would be really nice too. I think maybe I'll do that next time. Alright, so now you just put this in the refrigerator. And to get the jelly loose afterwards, I like to just set mine in some hot water for a couple seconds. And I take it out, and it really makes some nice jellies for sure. They're very jelly, of course. And since I do add a little bit more gelatin, they're a little bit more solid. You don't need to add as much as I like, but that's just how much I did. And I'm gonna pour some hot water over this to show you. I mean, this is really hot water, so you won't use that as hot of water as this. but after a couple of minutes of being in the water, they do dissolve very easily. So I haven't had any problems with that so far. See, so you can see how it's all dissolved now, except for just a little tiny bit. And that's only in a small amount of water, so they will dissolve very easily in a larger amount. So to store them, I just put them in a Ziploc bag or a Pyrex dish and seal them really tight. And I like to try to use it within 2 weeks. That usually seems to work good, but I've had Jello and gelatin things last for like 3 weeks. And I like to put like half my container, like half a thing, or about like 4 of those sizes in my bath, and that seems to work really well. You can also use the whole or the whole recipe or half the recipe in your bath without even using it as the jellies. Like just mix together the hot tea with the gelatin and then pour it in your bath if you'd like. Or you can also put it on your hair, and that would really help to strengthen your hair with the proteins from the gelatin coating and protecting your hair. That might be something you'd like to try. If you do try that, I really recommend using some rosemary tea, because that's very, very good for hair growth and hair shininess. Some other ingredients that you might like to try is some apple cider vinegar, maybe, if you're into that, or just all sorts of interesting things that you could put in it. Not very many oils would work as well in it, but you might be able to try some like a jojoba or something, but I'm not sure if that would work very well. But you can try it, especially if you're not going to let them sit as jellies. But if you do that as jellies, then it might make it easier to take them out. I do like to, like when I make gummies and stuff, I'll use coconut oil around on my pan to take them out, and that seems to work really well because the oil stays on the outside. And so if you want that to make it easier for you to take the jellies out, but I just set them in warm water for a couple seconds. That seems to do the trick. Yeah, you could even put kombucha in it if you want to get some probiotics that way. It's probiotics for your skin, and it's also an acid too, so it's softening for your skin as well, and also for your hair and stuff. But there's kind of a lot of things that you could do. Like you could do cucumber juice, or you could do different kinds of like homemade juices. I wouldn't use a store-bought juice. I would use one that's homemade and fresh, so that way it doesn't have all these sugars in it. But that is my recipe. Oh, and if you want, you could put like little flowers in it or something to make them pretty, and they'd float around in your bath. That's something you would have to clean out afterwards. So anyways, I hope you try this recipe and you found this video useful and helpful. So I'll see you next week.